Welcome to the right renovation. Keep motivated and stay on board. Welcome to the channel and welcome if it's the first time around here. While I've got you, please hit that subscribe button and a bit of a thumbs up would be brilliant. Today we're back in that bathroom after we took all the floor out, if you remember, so let's get on with it. So we've got the floor up. If you remember, we cleared the floor, made best we could. And in order for me to crack on with the bathroom, I've got to put the flooring down. Because if I step wrong, I'll go straight through there and into the kitchen, which you don't really want to do. That would have been good. I've done it before in a up in a loft, put my foot straight through into a bedroom, and the mess was unbelievable. So I've learnt my lesson there. What we're going to do is these pipes here, obviously they stick out, so I need to level them off and get them, channel out the wood, get the hot and cold for the shower going straight down through the wood and then returning back along there, which I'm then going to cut there because I don't need these pipes going around the corner. I just need them to go along there and up for where we're going to put the sink. Let's see what happens with that. So it's going to be a bit of cutting. I use these. A few 50mm pipe. I think they're great little cutters, 10 or 12 quid, last forever. They give you good cuts, nice ends on them. They sometimes need to deburr depending on what you're doing, but yeah, I recommend one of these if you're going to do it. I've switched the water off. I've double checked because there could be some water come out. Let's see how we go with that. Okay, let's start. I'm expecting there to be a bit of water in some of these. I'm going to cut this off first. I can always block that off. Great little tool these are. Gone are the days of hacksaws. Okay, we've got a bit of water. Not a lot to shout about. Let that drain off. I need to work out which one's hot and which one's cold. Bottom pipe. Okay, so this one's the cold, that one's the hot. Okay, let's get these John Guest fittings off. Then you just undo that little, I don't know if anybody's ever used these before, but they're great for getting out of a hole. They have a collar there, so push your pipe in, you just release the collar, put your pipe in and just tighten that up, and it gives you that added bit of security. And they are good, very rarely they pop off, very rare. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to cut the pipe close as I can to that end feed, this T-piece. Take this out, and then this pipe should fall across here, which might be handy because we could come down there and then go in back up to there with another T-piece. If I can get enough pipe, which I should be able to. There you go. You days wins, Rodney. So let's try that. What could be the worst to happen? Oh, it's not liking that, I don't think. It's not spinning round. The pipe's slightly out of shape. Yeah, that feels better. I've got my mum waiting downstairs. because she wants to do some jet washing. She loves a bit of jet washing. 78-year-old out there with jet wash. You can't stop her. But of course, she was halfway through, well, just started it on the patio, and I turned the water off. So she come in complaining, no water. I said, oops. But I can't do anything up till I've cut these pipes. So she's having a cup of tea, a well-deserved cup of tea. Let's get this one off. Obviously you can see the reason why I'm doing this, because the floor won't go down. The floor, see where the floorboards are there, I'll be putting floor which will come in there. Which means these will be in the way, because the shower tray will be butting up to this corner. So we need to remove them out of the way. I hope the lighting's good enough for you and the picture's okay. I'm a beginner, so bear with me. Let's get this one out of the way, hopefully. Don't like having these sort of joints behind the wall, because once that's all tied up, there's no access to it. So, I mean, that's a lot of get me out of trouble jobs, that. So where I can solder, I'm going to, and get proper solder joints in. The only thing I can only assume, these go up through a joist there, that's copper piping all the way up to there, so we should be good. No real way of me testing that. I could take this off and have a look, but for now I need to get this done so my mum can crack on, or so I'm going to be in bad books. You know how it is. That's them off. I've got to find a route down, out, in, and yeah. Got to join back up to that. Run a pipe up somehow. Not too sure about it, but we're going to get there. We'll sort it. Okay, we've taken all the pipes away. Just got the hot and cold coming through the joist. I'm going to label them up because I might get confused. I know the cold's this side, the hot's that side. I'm not very happy with, I thought this pipe might move. I've actually got it coming down on an angle. Which doesn't particularly suit me. So I'm wondering whether to take this row of tiles out, plasterboard, because I know the joist is behind there. So I could perhaps level that up and come through the pre-cut notch there. I think that might be a good idea. Needs a bit more boarding up, but we've got plenty of that to do in this bathroom before we tile, so let's see what we can do. A bit noisy, but I'll fast forward this bit. Okay guys, so at this point I had some technical difficulties with the phone. As you can see, my videoing is pretty crap. I ought to get closer up. I will definitely try and get better. It is a small bathroom, I'm struggling a bit with room and tripods and what have you. What I've done here is I've cut off that row of tiles at the top that weren't very good so I could get to the pipes. I've dry laid some of the copper piping, and now I'm going to attempt to solder it up. I'm not a plumber. I've soldered many times before and I usually get a decent job. All you top plumbers out there, please don't hate me, but yeah, I do try and do it the right way. I've watched many a video. Yeah, see what you think, but I'm sure I could improve, and I know I could improve, but it's just I don't do it often enough. When I'm doing these renovations, if I might only do this once a year. If you're soldering every other day or something on a job, you know, it becomes natural. But I tend to get all the plumbing stuff out probably twice on a renovation, once in the bathroom, once down in the kitchen. So as you can see, I'm struggling to even get the heat mat to stay in place. Just knock a nail through into the wood, Chris. But there you go. I do manage to balance it up, and let's get on with some soldering. Where there's a will, there's always a way, I think. Go to the battery out, my smoke alarm, I think. That looked pretty good. Saw a nice bead of solder go around the bottom and the top. Bit dripping down. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to argue with that. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's not have the tripod falling over. That won't be good. Okay, so we have got a bit of play with these. But no push fit in sight. I was determined not to do it with push fit, because I want to be sure when this is done, it's done forever sort of thing, and there's never going to be a leak. Nicely done, nicely done. That still look all right that side. Yep. Let's get this soldered. I think we will put the mat down there. As you can see, how much stuff's in the bottom of this again. I don't know what happened in this house, but the abyss, as I call it, under the floorboards is always full, but this is ridiculously full. Let's see what we can do here without catching the house on fire. Get my solder ready. Let's go. Loads of videos on YouTube of how to solder, and it looks dead simple. I wish it was. But it's all about practice, I'm sure. The more you actually, if you're doing this every day, obviously you boss it, but when you find you're renovating houses, you're not doing much of anything regular. Plumbing, electrics, wallpapering, painting, but I suppose as you go along, it all knits together. Let's just swap hands a minute. It's knowing when it's the right temperature, I think. What is that? The best place to watch his plumber parts. He's brilliant plumber. Get loads of techniques off him. Still not ready. Okay. Got plenty on this. Okay. And you saw the solder, once it gets temperature, the solder does, you know, it melts it instantly, and that's when you know you're ready to go. Not that I'm any expert, as you can see, but I'm pretty hoping when I switch this water back on, we don't seem to have any leaks. Just give that a bit of a tidy up, just for my own satisfaction. Don't really need to, but I'm quite happy with that. Sorry about the moving about, but I'm on my knees, and you'll find doing renovations you're always in a mess, because that's how it is. How are we looking at that? Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, here's one I prepared earlier. I think you saw me solder that one actually. Looks pretty reasonable. We need to get that in place, so pretty sure we're going in there. So let's have that off. I'm not sure if I clean the end of that pipe. My mum's finished all the jet washing. And what a beautiful job she's done of it, as always. The flux on it. Okay. That should slot in there and in there. Might help if I put the coupler on. Still don't look right for you. There you go. I mean, it does help to get the right sort of equipment. These guys like this blowtorch, or the old gas canister ones. These are great. You just screw the canister on. Buy the self-igniting. Just makes life easier. Too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know what everybody thinks, but if you look at the setup we've got now, well, look at that. So that's as floor level. So the floor will totally cover that. And when we board up, we'll cover that. Not a John Guest speed fit inside. Right, you see we're back on. Yeah, in fact, let me put you around there a bit. Okay. Oh, all standing out of breath. I am trying to lose weight, people. Spent 9 months doing nothing because this house, when I bought it, had quite a few problems as regards purchasing it. So I was sat scratching me bum, if you'd like to say, for about 9 months. So I put loads of weight on and I packed in smoking. So I'm a year next week without a cigarette, and I'm about 2 stone heavier than I was, so I always kind of seem out of breath. But I'm working on that. I've already lost weight since I started this renovation because I'm up and I'm busy all day, every day. So, well, only 5 days a week. One thing you do when you do renovations, make the rule that you'll work Monday to Friday, 9 till 4, and your weekends are your own, because there's a balance of life. Always telling me son that he's a workaholic with his own landscaping business. You can't do it. You've got to have a balance of life, and it's the same doing this job. Please take time out for the wife and the kids and your own sanity, because you will get what I call cabin fever, where you do get sick of seeing the same 4 walls. So the weekend, just make that effort to drop out and go and do something nice, whether it be with the family or whatever. But yeah, get that separation, because if you don't, you'll lose your motivation, and your motivation's everything. So yeah, the motivation for a Monday morning, get up, crack on. But look forward to the Friday. Pack your tools away, clear up all your mess, because I live in these houses, remember, while I'm renovating them. So clear up your mess and get on with the day. Some nice bead went round there. And the same round there. Seems to be getting a little bit better each time. A little bit better each time. A little bit of practice, a little bit of confidence. And when I turn the water on and they all leak, I can cry a bit. And say, why didn't you use John Guest push fit? I'd have been done 2 hours ago. I don't know if anybody noticed at the end of my last little clip, when I first put that bit together, I put a corner piece on just there when it should have been a T-piece, because obviously that feed's going to feed the sink. Let me put you back in the abyss. Okay. So really what I'm looking at now is connecting my 2 pipes to go along there. Can I come up a bit with them too? Can't come up much with that. So I'm going to have to go down a bit with these noggins. This piece of pipe is bent as well. A little bend in it, which isn't good. I see. So that's dropped in there now. That's good. I do need to take perhaps a notch out there so that all lot can go that way a bit. A bit of a fire then starting. Do not want that. No fire, which is good. Okay, all looks like a plan is coming together. All we need to do now is get that in there. Last solder of the day. Nice. It seems to take plenty of solder, so certainly looks a bit different from this morning. We seem to be in order, nice and straight, everything concealed. All that just so I get the floor down. Well, temporary down. The shower cubicle and shower base should be coming in the next couple of days. So all I need to do now is, with a cold go, is I'm going to cut them to the same lengths, and then I'm going to plug them up to two, yes, you got it, John Guest Speedfit push stop ends. Then I'm going to put the water back on. Let's see what happens. So, good news, no leaks. Leaks? It's been a long day. No leaks at all. I don't think that's too bad, job. Pretty neat. I know the plumbers out there will be cursing me, but it's not too bad, lads. Come on, for somebody who only does it now and again. There's no leaks, which I suppose is a good sign. It looks tidy. Have we got any problems with that, the plumbers? I'm all for listening to experience me. But I seem to be set up to get my flooring. Got to work out where my sink's going to go so I can run my two up there, and I've got to tap a T-piece off to the toilet. Good job I've got a toilet downstairs, eh? Because I've had enough for today. And that's how it should be. When you're renovating, just do what you need to do. Look at me collar, like bloody Elvis. I don't know.